Breathe, dragons, sing of the first world, forged out of chaos and painted with beauty. Sing of Bahamut the platinum, molding the shape of the mountains and rivers. Sing too of chromatic Tiamat, painting all over the infinite canvas. Partnered, they woke in the darkness. Partnered, they labored in acts of creation. Breathe, dragons, sing then of Sardior, ruby-red jewel they made in their likeness. Sardior, firstborn of dragonkind, labored alongside Bahamut and Tiamat, shaping the dragons they crafted, dragons metallic and dragons chromatic. Breathe, dragons, draw in the life gift breathed into you at the dawn of creation. Breathe, dragons, sing of the outsiders, war-bringer gods with their mortal adherents. Teeming they came to the first world, seeking a home for their legions of followers. Mighty in magic and numbers, conquering deities seized their victory. Fallen was noble Bahamut, Sardior hid in the heart of creation. Breathe, dragons, sing now of Tiamat, raging in battle with no hope of victory. She would not flee or surrender, fighting as death reached its cold claws toward her. Warbringers seized her and bound her, snatched her from death, entombed her in torment. Sealed in the darkness forever, captive to gods laying claim to creation. Breathe, dragons, sing of their conquest, seeding the world with their legions of followers, each to their own habitation. Elves in their forests and dwarves in their mountains, orcs in their caverns and canyons, goblins in badlands and halflings in green fields, lizard folk lurking in marshes, humans throughout every part of creation. Breathe, dragons, sing of Bahamut, maker of peace with the outsider deities, welcome to mountains celestial, worshipped by some as the Platinum Paladin. Sing of his journeys of seeking, striving to understand gods and their children, longing for Tiamat's freedom, grieving her loss from the face of creation. Breathe, dragons, sing of her freedom, Tiamat loosed from her prison of torment. Tell how she rallied her children, dragons chromatic, a spectrum of mayhem. Sing of her fury, her vengeance, lightning and venom, ice, fire, and corrosion, five-headed, monstrous and mighty, rampaging on a campaign of destruction. Breathe, dragons, sing of the first world, scattered in infinite seedling realities. Sing of Bahamut and Tiamat, watching its sundering, mourning their labor. Sing too of Sardior, sundered consciousness, scattered in minuscule fragments. Breathe, dragons, you are inheritors, ruling the wreck of the first world's destruction. Elegy for the First World. I desire dragons, so let there be dragons. Since I was quite young, I've always been drawn to dragons. In stories, games, film, music, art. Not for their strength and power, but for their raw magic. That they are a pure idea of magic. The sort that inspires more magic by just imagining a dragon and what it can be, what it can mean. So of course, I would jump into Dungeons and Dragons. So it's no wonder to me that my friends at our D&D table joke that if I'm running a game, dragons will be involved. From battling the Chaos Queen Tiamat, to helping a friend to have the draconic sorcerer he was playing to have the blood of a dragon turtle to better suit his character, to a current crew piecing together the shattered shards of Sardior's heart, to one of my go-to characters transitioning from a maid dragonborn to a true dragon over lifetimes, to my favorite rogue helping the Order of the Silver Dragon in Ravenloft to steal back the Silver Dragon's skull, who would then become the patron of his beloved in their next lifetime in an upcoming game. If there is a way to explore dragons in a new and fun and interesting way in a game, or even just a story, I will do just that. They mean that much to me. Always have. They are quite near and dear to me, so much so that the dragon over time has become more of a personal, spiritual symbol, a line between faith I can't explain, even though it's odd or wondrous, to know something is there in the world that simply can't be explained, especially when the world gets ever harsher and seemingly colder. And yet, dragons endure. All over the world, there are dragons in folklore and stories. It's so strangely uniting and comforting to think of that, and it lasts even still through modern art, good and evil, small and large, in all sorts of shapes, from a snail or fish turning into one from time or great feats, to sheer symbolism in a draconic title. They will always endure. Dragons simply spark wonder, whether it be in children when I playfully tell them I'm a dragon, just to see them start to get curious of, how is that possible? Is that real? Or just in adults like me seeking to create and being compelled to do so by an odd sense of fire in our very cores. Fire not unlike a dragon's breath. That's simply how it feels. But dragons are far more than their scales, wings, or even what they breathe or their hoards of treasure. They represent something even deeper. They are an embodiment of magic in the rawest sense, possibility, imagination. They can be and mean so many things: a foe to fight, a friend to find, a force of nature, one with an element, a title, an entity only seen by those willing to open their eyes and look for them. They are a reminder of what minds can create, from ancient cultures discovering an early world to present day trying to uncover that sense of wonder that can never truly die, not as long as we can imagine and breathe. Breathe their songs, poems, and stories from our own fiery cores. Carve their image into parchment and canvas. Admire the trove started long ago that only grows into a magnificent hoard, the true treasure, to inspire so that the flame never dies. So yes, I will continue to weave dragons into my tales and art, whether it be in a book or a drawing, or telling stories at the table with my friends and some dice. The campfire of a dragon's flame, ever burning. Once they all believed in dragons, when the world was fresh and young. We were woven into legends, tales were told and songs were sung. We were treated with obeisance, we were honored, we were feared. Then one day they stopped believing. On that day we disappeared. Now they say our time is over. Now they say we've lived our last. Now we're treated with derision, where we once ruled unsurpassed. We must make them remember. In some way we must reveal that our spirit lives forever. We are dragons. We are real.